Hi, everyone. Welcome to Make Your Day Richer. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Happy Wednesday. Joining me today is an author and artist on a mission to show children just how much fun reading can be, even in a world full of tablets. Roxie Fiste creates engaging children's books that spark creativity with little lessons woven into every story for parents to enjoy with their littles. Her hope is to ignite a creative spark that lasts into adulthood. So if that sounds like a good show to you, click that like button, click that share button, and let's start the show.
Make your day richer than it was before. Got some good times knocking upon your front door.
Roxy, so nice meeting you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
I'm excited to talk to you because I'm curious first what you wanted to be when you grew up, when you were a kid. Was it a children's book author?
Actually, it was an artist.
So you're close.
Yes, very close. That didn't develop until I was in college. I actually did a picture book when I was in high school, and it was the book I ended up publishing, many, many years later. But yes, I always wanted to be an artist, and then I got bitten by the creative writing bug. So it developed from there.
And there we are. Did you come from an artistic, a creative family, or were you the one that got away?
Evidently, I was the one that got away. I remember my mom could do the best stick figures I have ever seen. I mean, I loved it. But as soon as I could pick up a crayon, I started drawing, especially after I met my first pony. So it went from there into everything around the world, whatever I could get my hands on, to paint or draw or whatever.
I love that. And then I got into writing. Tell everybody about Allie's Big Adventure.
Okay, Allie's Big Adventure. Like I said, back in high school, I had an assignment in advanced art. It was an advanced design class. And at 16, you had to come up with some characters. And I knew right away I needed to have a horse in there. And then I developed this little critter called Allie. He was a puffball. And everybody said, well, puffballs are the things that you can squish. They're like mushrooms or whatever. I said, no, this puffball is different. He's bright yellow. And he has a big smile on his face when everything is going right. And then I decided I needed another character, a human. And my little brother, my youngest brother, there were 3 boys and then my little sister. But my youngest brother, when he was 6, I was 16. He had this imaginary friend. He called him Boy. And I thought, perfect, we're going to put Boy in this book. So it developed from there. When I got an A on that project. So
of course, no big deal. No big deal.
No big deal. I had to build the book up, and then I had to do a little video, and the video was drawn on cells, back in the day. And then I had to do a big poster. And once that was finished, then, I thought, I really like this story. My little brother loved to hear it. So when I got to college, I developed it because by then I had a little sister. And I thought, well, I'm going to make this into a story that she would love. So that's when it was bitten. And it turned into a chapter book. And then life got in the way. A lot of changes happened over the years, and I had forgotten all about it. I mean, I always kept it. I always kept the little book. And felt like, okay, now I can do that. A couple years ago, I was like, oh, okay, let's try this. So
dust it off again and see what happens. Did you change a lot of the story from when you first wrote it to releasing it?
Well, not really. I'll tell you something funny. I took the picture. It wasn't a picture book. It was the chapter book for little kids, for young readers. Took it to the publishing company I'm at now, and when I was talking to the head of the children's department, she said, "Oh, no, 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 no," because she saw like there were 3 paintings that I did to put in the book, just as little breakers in the chapters. She says, "No, this is going to be a picture book," which means a lot more pictures and a lot less words. So I had to cut it way, way down and keep the integrity of the story. So it took me about 3 months because I hand draw all the illustrations. I don't use computer. And then cutting it down and cutting it down. That was a real trip. I had never had to do that before. And it was finally ready in August of 2023. So at the end of August. So that's when it went to production. So it was a big...
Wait, so you did the illustrations in the book as well?
Yes, yes.
Oh my gosh. So I take back my statement of you're close to being an artist because you are an artist. I didn't realize that you were the one doing those illustrations as well. My gosh. I love that it's all from you. A lot of times when people write books, especially children's books, they hire out an artist to do that. I love that you did that.
Right. And I wanted to do it because it was close to my heart. So it was like, no, I'm doing this.
Oh, so fantastic. Is there like one part of it that you love the most, like writing or illustrating, or is it the combination that like is exciting to you?
I do like to see the whole thing come together, but the most fun part for me is the drawing, the painting. It's like, ooh, let's see how we can do this now, make it really pop, the pictures, that sort of thing.
What age range is the book for?
Well, it's a picture book, so it can be read to younger children who are not able to read, but then they can also give it to young readers, or I don't know, it's an adventure for ages up to 8, 9, even 10. I've had 10-year-olds even enjoy it. So in the first book, Allie can't control his bounce and he gets lost and he has to make new friends to help him find his way home. And it's a journey. It's a big quest, and they go through a lot. In the second book, he's back home and he's trying to figure out how he can teach himself. He doesn't want to get help. How he can teach himself to control his bounce so that he can go back and visit his friends that he made in the first book.
Oh, cute.
And he gets into all kinds of predicaments because he doesn't ask for help.
Oh, what do you love about writing children's books?
I love that you can go just about anywhere and create any kind of creature because kids love it and they can identify with what the creature's going through or what the situation is. If you've got a child who can't focus, that's my Allie. He can't focus very well, so he struggles to nail that. And once
relatable.
And it just takes him a little bit of time to do that.
I love that. Are you gonna write more, do you think?
Yes, I've got 3 more, and one I have jumped genres into sci-fi fantasy. So that's in the very, very elementary stages where I've mapped it out. But the rest of them are children's books. And I want to do at least 1 or 2 more of Allie and his adventures. And then I've got one about a turkey who tries to fake the farmer out so that they don't end up as Thanksgiving dinner.
Does this happen? Like, okay, so that book, I've talked to a lot of authors, and I love hearing like where stories come from, and where like it's so fascinating to me how you make a story, especially a complete fabricated story. I feel like I would start writing a book and it would take me 65 years and it would be 1,000,000 pages because I wouldn't know how to maneuver this story. So like the story of the turkey, did that happen on Thanksgiving that you were like, I think I need to write a story? Or where do your ideas come from? And like, Which ones get to make a landing on a page?
Well, it was kind of like a challenge story. Everybody was given a challenge in my group because we're in a writing group. I'm in a writing group. And that day, we were challenged to come up with a way that a turkey can escape the farmer, or what would a turkey do a day or two before Thanksgiving. Well, I sat down, and I always look at it from a quirky point of view. And the turkey has a wild imagination, of course, just like me. So having that turkey try to fake it and be a chicken and try to do all these other things, just came. It just came, and how he would try to run and hide, and all the things he was hiding under, and so everything
funny.
that went crazy, was one thing after another.
Do you end up with like a big Excel spreadsheet or a Word document of like ideas and like main points before you start writing?
Usually, I'll get the idea, and then as I'm writing, it just sort of flows, and you end up on an adventure of some sort. And the adventure can go in multiple different directions.
Yeah.
But it's like something sparks in my imagination, and suddenly there it is. The story is just kind of, this is the turkey, and the turkey's trying to fake out the farmer, and all the things that they end up doing. Or same way with Allie. Allie just about wrote himself, especially the second book. I mean, I sat down and I was going to go a totally different direction with it. And as I was writing, it was like, well, this makes sense because this is the next step, and this is the next step, and this is what's going to happen. And how can I make this fun for kids, And the parents can enjoy it too. So
I love that. Yeah, because we were just talking about that on the last episode of when you're writing children's books, you're writing for two different audiences, really, right? Like you're writing for the kids, you need to keep them entertained, you need to keep them interested, but you're also writing for the person who's actually buying the book.
Exactly. And that's who you have to reach out to. You have to reach the parent or the grandparent or the caregiver, whoever is going to buy the book. And getting their attention sometimes can be a challenge. But yes, you want to entertain everybody and still have some lessons in there that naturally happen when you have a little person who's just learning things. So, yeah.
What's the best way that people can connect with you?
They can go to my website, roxiefiste.com. And I love hearing from people. I do enjoy hearing how the kids respond as well as the adults. And the kids can really come out of left field. So.
Yeah, I suppose in a field like that, you put it out there, you don't know, right? So
Right.
Yes, hearing from everybody who is reading is super. That's why reviews online are super important. So you can see when you're putting it out there, a stand-up comic goes out and there's an audience and they know if they were good or bad. Or stuff like we do, there's no audience here, so I don't know. This could be awful. We don't know. Roxie's perfect, but yeah, it's right. Like you don't know.
Right, you don't.
What the reaction is. That's so true.
And when you put it out there, you just don't know how someone is going to react. I had mostly positive. I just had one person, and it was kind of funny. She even states that she does analysis on really technical books. And I'm thinking, well, why did she read a children's book? And she gave it such a low rating, and I'm thinking, and she even says, I don't know why I read this. It was like, I don't know either. Why did you?
Thanks for bringing my rating down for no reason. Yeah.
Yes. So
we'll find her, and I'll get her on this show and ask her.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. What do you love most about your life right now?
Coming up with new and exciting adventures right now, and then exploring other genres even.
Yeah, keep them coming. Come back anytime you've got one releasing, please. I'd love to have you back.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you having me on. It's been fun. It's really been fun.
Great. Good. Anytime. Roxie Fiste, everybody. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back after this. Don't go away. Life is difficult. Are you feeling overwhelmed or like you could use a little support for your mental well being? Visit the Help Hub. It's the most comprehensive and inclusive free online destination for mental health resources, helpful tools, crisis hotlines, and supportive content. Just go to thehelphub.co to find the resources you need when you need them most. Unlike other resource pages, the Help Hub is divided into 16 different categories, ensuring that everyone in every community has access to the resources and support that matches their unique needs. Find the help you're looking for at thehelphub.co. Welcome back, everyone. Hey, if you want to support the show so we can continue to bring you these amazing guests every Monday through Friday, buy us a coffee. Buy me a coffee is really, there's no us. This room is empty. It's just me here. Buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/makeyourdayricher and support the show that way. I appreciate it so much, everyone who has done that this past season. We're closing in on 600,000 views of this show. It's unbelievable. June has been very, very successful for us in viewership, and I appreciate it. So there you go. Jump on that. And I want to say hi to everybody that I saw today at the Millbridge Clubhouse. And I got back in time for this. All right. Go make your day richer. Go make somebody else's day richer. You've made mine by watching this show, and I love you for it. And we will see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.